Hey, what is up, investors? Jason here. So we're going to do a pretty busy Bitcoin video here, cover different theories, look at different analysis for Bitcoin, and just talk about a bearish scenario and, of course, our bullish scenario. You guys know me. I like to be optimistic. I don't like to be someone that is to be bearish. But, sometimes you have to talk about bearish possibilities. And because of that, we're going to do that in this video today. So looking first at what we got going on here, this is covering the last portion of 2020, all of 2021, and here in 2022 as well. So we got a lot going on here. We have 5 bullish waves that go up from 2020 into 2021. We have 5 bearish waves that go throughout 2021, and then we start out into our next bullish 5 impulse waves that go into Bitcoin's all-time high. And then we have this new scenario here that is taking Bitcoin into 5 more waves. Now, if we want to say that we've already completed our 5th wave, then we'll have that theory that this is what we currently have going on, and we have a whole lot of correction going on right now, and this might end up sending Bitcoin back up again and then start to retrace a lot of these previous losses. So that's one theory that we have here. But then there's this other possibility of, what if we're right now within a 3rd wave instead, and we're not in a 5th wave, and we just kind of we look at all this correction here as that possibility of the price of Bitcoin just going down even more into a bearish case scenario, into these lower Fibonacci levels, if that was to happen. Now, this is where things are going to get a bit interesting because, well, let's kind of play around with this. So what we have here, if we look back in history, we have these different things that have happened with Bitcoin throughout time. We have the Bitcoin halving that happened on May 11, 2020. This is where there was more scarcity with Bitcoin that was added. The price of Bitcoin at this time was $9,100 when that did happen. We had that previous high that we had before that. That was more than a year before that, and that was in December of 2017. We saw Bitcoin reach an all-time high, where we had Bitcoin's price at around $20,000 at that time. So we have that top area of resistance that we had then, and where we are currently is we have very much ended up in that same price area right now. So there's this possibility of, well, what if we're not done with that 5th wave, and that 5th wave can be continuing? We're still working on wave 5 right now. And how low would this take Bitcoin? Well, this would take Bitcoin in that lower Fibonacci level. This would take Bitcoin, that could take Bitcoin down below $13,000. Now, I don't mean to sound bearish, but there is that possibility, if we're going to have a bearish theory here, about that possibility happening. So seeing Bitcoin possibly going to $13,000 in a wave 5 is a scenario that we have to look at, because that could be something that can happen. We don't want that to happen. What we want to happen is we want to see this scenario play out. We want to see Bitcoin turn things around here as we're finishing up September and go into more of a bullish case scenario as we go into the month of October. I mean, very much like we had seen before, when we seen Bitcoin's price turn around in September and then have a October situation, or what we like to call Uptober, that ended up sending Bitcoin into its all-time highs in November. Now, obviously, we're going to not hit our all-time highs this year. I mean, that would be an absolute miracle if that was going to happen. But it would be nice if we were to start retracing these losses as we do lead into 2023. That would be amazing if that was the case. So let's just think about this here, because I have these different price predictions here in the short term as we finish out September, thinking that in a bullish case scenario that we could be seeing Bitcoin's price go above the price of $23,000. I would think that would be a bullish price scenario for Bitcoin to reach. If that was the case, that would be a good retracement of our previous bullish wave 5 that we had within this corrective area within Bitcoin. That goes from this 52-week low that we had with Bitcoin back in June of 2022, and that was when Bitcoin's price was at around $17,500, somewhere around there. And then where we had Bitcoin's price in the middle of August, where we had it upwards around $25,000. So since then, I mean, we've at one point managed to retrace back to 50% of that. Now we've ended up falling below that 50% Fibonacci line, and now we're working on hopefully start to see here in a wave C, start to retrace those previous losses that we just saw within that dip that we saw from the CPI data that just came out, that ended up really just giving a bit of a knee-jerk reaction to the entire crypto market. So what we want to see is Bitcoin's price start to go in this correction and hopefully take us up within these other price predictions. A neutral price prediction would be absolutely fine, and that would be a price of Bitcoin anywhere between $20,000 to $23,000. That would be okay, but definitely would like to see Bitcoin's price above that, or more so closer to that $25,000 price. And I still have that price prediction that I have out with Bitcoin in the month of November that would take Bitcoin's price up to that $30,000 price. And that would be seeing this retracement here of where Bitcoin was as the price took that dip in June. So start to retrace a lot of those second quarter losses that we saw with Bitcoin. That would be a good ideal situation. And that wouldn't be anything that would be too far-fetched. I mean, we know how much Bitcoin's price can move on a daily basis. So there could be some extreme price movements, and that's not even extreme when you think about how much Bitcoin's price used to move in the past. But there's still these other possibilities. And that's if this current correction with Bitcoin that we're seeing, if this ends up just sending us down much lower. Because if you're thinking about it, we're seeing a pretty decent amount of sideways trading from this low price with Bitcoin on into where it is right now. And I mean sideways trading like what we used to see with Bitcoin before there would be some sort of major price change with it. So anything is really possible right now. Hopefully we don't see this be a continuous situation and extend this wave 5. Hopefully we've already achieved that wave 5 back in June, and that could be the possibility. But anyways, just wanted to throw this video out there, just make this real quick and kind of get your guys' ideas about this, because I'm giving out multiple theories here about what could happen, different price predictions. So I like to hear your thoughts and opinions about this. So please like, share, comment, subscribe. New content coming out all the time. I'll see you guys in the next one coming here very soon.